Hey guys, it's Max, and today we're going to be talking about why Ark Survival is not a good game. Now, to be clear, I love this game. It has massive potential. The graphics are gorgeous, quite possibly some of the best graphics I've ever seen in a game. The concept is also interesting, as well as taming and fighting other tribes. It's a great idea on paper, and undeniably I've had some of the best moments in this game raiding other tribes. This game shows a lot of gameplay aspects you just can't really experience in other games. All that being said, the game has a lot of problems, and there isn't really enough time in a day for a normal human being who must work, go to school, or participate in other activities to play this game. Firstly, let me say that generally we're going to be talking about the PvP servers in this game because this is the game mode mostly everyone wants to play, and private servers ultimately suck because no one wants to play them and they sometimes can be laggy. Let's start by talking about the absolutely atrocious taming times in this game. Mostly every dino in this game takes at least an hour depending on what level or which dino it is. And let's be honest, there isn't really anything creative about what the devs have done with taming. It's the same boring, repetitive action with every dino you get, food and feed him narcos. So essentially you're just sitting there for an hour on your ass watching this dino for an hour. It's so boring and it's absolutely horrible game design. Most of the time it takes away more than an hour, usually a few, so I'll just watch Netflix and feed the dino every once in a while, that's pretty much what I do. The other day I decided to hop on Ark for the first time in a few months, right? And I hop on the new map, which is actually pretty good, and I decided to tame a trike. So I knock it out and all that, and I sit there for an hour taming this level 20 trike, and I finally finished taming it. I'm at the beach and my house is on the opposite side of this forest, so I start crossing through. 3 bugs come up to my trike and kill it after I've been sitting there for an hour taming my trike. And there was nothing I could do to stop the trike or stop the bugs from killing my trike, because every time I thrusted my spear into the bugs that were swarming my trike, the hitboxes would glitch and hit my trike. And I immediately realized why I stopped playing that game, and I just turned off my computer. The problem with this game is that it takes ridiculous portions of time to do anything creative or meaningful to the player, so that when some BS mechanic or other function of the game like PvP takes everything you have, it's completely devastating and you no longer want to play anymore. Now that was just a trike, but when you lose your whole base and you've been working on it for weeks, it's so much worse, and I would say 90% of players quit after that. And for all of you who are saying you can get kibble to tame stuff, yes you can, but in most cases you gotta tame dinos without it first. For example, a trike, which is something you need pretty early in the game. With kibble, you need to get carno eggs. Oh, but carnos take just as long as trikes to tame. I guess I can get kibble for the carno. No, because you need an ankylo for that, and that takes just as long as well. And if you're taming with kibble, you want to tame something a high level like a Rex. Well, a level 120 T-Rex takes 2 hours and 50 minutes to tame with kibble. I think the argument that making actions in a game take long is good for a strategy aspect of the game is also kind of redundant, because the reality is opposite. In a lot of servers, every tribe has swapped from raiding to being a peaceful tribe, because no one wants to lose their month's work on the server. The other scenario is that there's one alpha tribe that wipes out everyone, and all the small tribes can't possibly compete, because the alpha tribe is months ahead in progress against anyone else. Can you imagine in COD or Battlefield your level made you do more damage or better tanks, you had better tanks or helicopters? I know these are completely different games, but never should play time determine how good a player is, rather skill should. There are few games with this formula that actually work, but that's because they don't do it to the extreme of Ark Survival. The main issue is that developers, instead of making good content, fill it up with all these fillers to keep the player playing, which doesn't really make any sense because the game already has tons of content. What the devs need to do is not only shorten taming times, but change the way you tame animals. Instead of babysitting a Rex, maybe you could go to a cave and find some secret rare flower that could allow you to tame the Rex. Because sitting at my dino doing nothing for an hour is boring. Having your player get stronger through new equipment and weapons to go in the cave and get that ingredient would really give that feeling of progress. Which leads me to my next point, which the leveling system in this game should just be completely dumped. At the end of the day, killing bugs over and over or killing alphas over and over to unlock an item you need is terribly boring. It should be like Minecraft where everything is unlocked from the get-go. To get a diamond pickaxe in Minecraft, you must first find the materials for a wooden pickaxe so that you can mine iron to get an iron pickaxe, so then you can mine diamonds to get a diamond pickaxe. That is actual progress in a game. You should never have to repeatedly do the same action over and over to level and achieve something you want. Lastly, because of how long it takes you to do the simplest of actions in this game, it ruins the creativity of the player to seek the creative concepts that the developer have put in the game. Ark Survival actually has a nice building system in it. You can build a plethora of different building designs. However, I'm never going to go and actually build a nice building for fun in PvP because it takes so long to gather resources. It requires doing the same grinding over and over again, constantly chopping trees and gathering wood for hours. If I'm going to build a house in PvP, it's going to be a small, boxy structure efficient in resources to defend my loot. And if I do want to build a nice home, it's going to be in a private server where the resources are amped up so I can build my house without constantly getting tons of resources. The other huge part of this game that could be so much better is raiding. You have to get so much resources to raid, it becomes not even worth it. And I understand the devs' mentality with this one. Raiding should take a while because of how long it takes to build. However, if they sped up the building, they wouldn't have this problem. All these things I have suggested may seem to you as if it makes the game too fast-paced. But really what it does is get rid of the extremely grindy nature of this game that the developers have placed in their game for no reason. I'm interested to hear if any of you guys agreed with me, so please leave a comment. Your support means a lot to me. Just your feedback in general means a lot, negative or positive. So yeah, leave some feedback, guys. Most YouTubers haven't really talked about this, and I think that's a shame. So yeah. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, and see you guys later. I'm out.